is up? What's happening? This your boy Dave, Esquire Dave, representing Savs 4, coming at you with another video to our rant corner. Before we get into this video, I want to just say make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube page. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter. Make sure you follow us. Check us out on all podcast streaming platforms. Like I've said, like we've all said many times again, Savs 4 is anywhere and everywhere. You can catch us anywhere, anytime. And today, I'm gonna be holding it down for the rest of the guys and talking a little bit of some college hoops. Um, we just had a top five matchup just happened this weekend between UConn and Kansas, and first off, this game was on a Friday night. It and ESPN didn't really promote this thing. I don't think I really saw like a lot of promotion around this game. Like it was on ESPN2, 9 o'clock game, the same time as Oregon, Washington Pac-12 championship game. The same time, ESPN was having NBA games. There were, other NBA games were going on that night, so this kind of got lost in the shuffle a little bit. But number 4 UConn went to Allen Fieldhouse to play number 5 Kansas in a big heavyweight showdown. And these are two teams that are Final Four contenders, national championship contenders. These are the last two teams that have won the last two national championships. And for me, I was, as a UConn fan and a UConn alum, I was excited for UConn to play this matchup and for it to be a true road game. Last year we went undefeated in non-conference play, and we beat the likes of like Alabama and Iowa State and some other teams, but those were games that were in season tournaments that were at neutral sites, and so I was excited for to see what we would look like going to a hostile environment such as Kansas and Allen Fieldhouse, which, by the way, I feel like is one of the most annoying places in college basketball. I probably have more disdain for that place than Cameron Indoor Stadium, but that's neither here nor there. But UConn in a hostile environment. I've never really seen Coach Dan Hurley coach in an environment like this outside of the conference tournaments and the NCAA tournaments, and I was just interested to see what we would look like, how tough we would look, how much we would execute and everything. And man, to start like the first half, man, we were lost as fuck out there. Kansas, credit to Kansas, they were really tight on defense. They forced us to the last few seconds of the shot clock, damn near like the whole game, really. And it was just we were just fortunate enough at times to be able to make shots like right before the shot clock went off. And although we were down by 7 at halftime, it should have been more than that. We should have been down like by 15 or 20 because Kansas was locking down on defense. They shout out to DeJohn Harris. He's a really good lockdown defender, and but our starting point guard Tristan Newton was able to make some big plays, make some big shots. He had 31 points, 6 rebounds. He really stood on business, when everyone else was struggling. I mean, Alex Caravan was 4 of 11. Cam Spencer, he went 2 for 12. He was bothered by an ankle injury that he had suffered early in the game. Shout out to him for playing through it, but I know that kind of affected the way he was shooting the ball and him finding his spots. We didn't go too deep in our bench. We went seven deep in our rotation today, and for this game, and Kansas went 8 deep. So yeah, but it was a game in which Kansas had a lot of control in the first half, and then in the second half, UConn started. We started to cut down the lead a lot more, and at one point we took the lead. We were up by 7, And man, I thought that we were gonna just. I thought Kansas was folding, and we were just gonna kind of hold on to the lead and win the game. But Kansas, shout out to Kevin McCullough Jr. He had 21 points. He hit some really timely shots, and so did Hunter Dickinson. I was surprised they didn't really feed him the ball that much. I mean, he had 15 and 9 still, but I, to me, and one thing, one matchup I was interested in seeing in this game is Hunter Dickinson and versus Donovan Clingan. So Donovan Clingan is our sophomore starting center. He was a big time recruit. From Connecticut, and uh, I thought that this is really his first year. This is his first year starting. He was backing up Adama Sanogo last year, and I think up until this point he hadn't really played against another big man like himself that could really like match up with him very well, or be a bigger matchup than him. So I was interested to see, and I thought Klingon was pretty soft. He didn't really do much. I think he had like maybe just 8 points and 8 rebounds. I think he got injured during the game, but man, like I think Hunter Dickinson just won that matchup, and that there's no shame in that. I mean, Hunter's one of the best big men in the country. He's a transfer from Michigan, came to Kansas this year, but yeah, it was it ended up being a closer game than what it looked like in the first half. UConn had took the lead, and then Kansas took it right back. And when UConn was down by 3, like under I think 2 minutes, McCullough hit a big three to go up by 6. We still had our opportunities. We cut it down, back down to even 2 points. Kansas, to the help of Kansas missing some free throws, and we had a good look. Cam Spencer had a good look on the right corner. Probably as good of a look as you'll get. And the way the Jayhawks were playing defense on Friday night, and we just kind of came up short. Lost 69-65. It was a good test for us. I feel more encouraged and I feel discouraged to go into an environment like that, one of the toughest places to play in college basketball, and just maybe lose by 4. I really wanted to win the game. Like I can't lie. I like because of this disdain I have for Allen Fieldhouse, or the Fog, or whatever the fuck you want to call that place. I wanted to win that game, but we have our other opportunities. We play UNC this coming in the next couple of days, really. And I know the guys will be excited about that. The other USC fans in the group and on the pod will be excited about that. And then we go to Seattle later this month, and play Gonzaga in their state. So that's going to be exciting. So we've cut out a good non-conference schedule for ourselves. We got a good resume win against Texas earlier. We got a good win against Indiana. And then when we get into the Big East, we're gonna face teams like Marquette and St. John's. Under Rick Pitino now, they're gonna be really good. See teams like kind of under the radar, or like just kind of good but not like elite teams, like Seton Hall and Providence and Xavier. They're probably they they'll put up fights and stuff just because of the familiarity we have with them in the conference. Creighton is also a team. Fuck them, but they're there. But yeah, it's not sweating the one loss. I'm looking forward to kind of how we move on from this. I'm really looking forward to us getting back at our real full strength, because well, one, I mean, Cam Spencer and Donovan Clingan were both had injuries during this this game. But um, we are missing a very key piece. McDonald's All American freshman Stephon Castle. If you don't know him, he's like a 6'6" freshman guard. From Covington, Georgia. He was a 5-star recruit. He got injured 2 games into the season. We've been kind of being careful with him because he's one of our best players, really. I think behind Tristan Newton. I mean, it allows he's like another playmaker that we could have along with Tristan Newton and Caravan and all these other guys. So I'm looking forward to us being back at full strength. I still think that we'll be competing, for a national championship at the end. I think that we'll be at a good enough seed later this year to be able to do that. And as far as Kansas, I know they really wanted this win. This was a Big East Big 12 battle, and I know like since their schedule, they don't play another top 25 team. I think until January. I know they needed this win as far as like their resume and their non-conference schedule. So yeah, didn't go the Huskies' way, but it is what it is, man. It was a good game. Looking forward to the other top 5, top 10 matchups that are bound to happen later this season, and uh, I know we'll be talking a little bit more about college basketball when we do our next few episodes and everything. And I know you haven't been seeing a lot of episodes in the last few weeks since episode 24, but we gonna be back soon. Don't worry. Don't panic. Don't stress. We coming back. We gonna talk a lot of bit about college football. We got NBA in-season tournament to talk about. We're entering the last month of the NFL season, so we got a lot to talk about there. So just stay tuned, man. We're in the holiday season, so we're in the mindset of giving, and we're gonna give you this great content. And with that being said, I appreciate y'all for listening. Shout out to the rest of the guys: T, BT, Dre, Corey, Brad. Appreciate y'all. See y'all soon on the next episode. Once again, this is your boy Dave and Savs and Forrest. Keep staying tuned for the rest of the content, and we are